Good morning, everybody. We're running the truck up the road this morning. We're going to do something different today. I'm on the way up to our local radio station, which my family's been a part of for many years. All my kids started their jobs there, except the youngest one. Worked up through high school and all, and I know the owner, which we might get to see him this morning. And one of my fishing buddies is one of the local celebrities, the morning host. And got some things going on, fixing to do some changing at the station, and I'm going to go up and talk to him about it and introduce y'all to him. And we're going to call this video an end of an era for our local area here. So it may interest some of you, it may not, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And I think y'all enjoy it. It may be in two parts, depending on how long we sit there and yap, but that's where I'm going now, headed up to the studio, and we're gonna sit down and talk for a little bit after I blow all these oak leaves off the truck. Alright, we're in the command center, WEBY radio. I want to get a couple of pictures of him from the monkey cage here. He's on the air right now. A little closer, y'all can see. I don't want to go in there and bother him. And I'll introduce y'all to the guy that runs the place, Mr. Anthony Daughtry.
Hello.
I've known him since he was a sprout, about that big, I think. Let's see, what else was I going to show you in here? It looks just like it did 20 years ago. Yep. No different. And this is a very old radio station. I think it was put here in 1952 or 53. And the first time I ever came here, I was invited up here years and years ago. They still had the turntables in here. They played records and all. It was pretty cool. And the records and all was in this thing. That was bigger than it is now, but pretty cool. Alright, we'll get to the interview when he gets off the air here in just a little while. Alright, we have been invited in the studio. How about that?
You know, that's right. She thinks a tractor is sexy. She thinks it's all sexy. That's right. Welcome back. You're on Open Mic Wednesday edition. Want to get
This one? My buddy.
It's 8:52. Welcome back. I ain't worried about a little chicken fried. What I want is a little bit of fish fried. Ricky Wallace, how you doing there, my bud?
I'm doing good, brother. How are you?
I'm doing good. You got a camera in here. What's this all about?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a little interview on you for my YouTube channel after we get done playing here.
God help YouTube. If that's the case, so that's the best you got. God help your YouTube channel, because you need a little bit more.
Well, the video is going to be called "The End of an Era."
The end of an era.
Yep.
The steroids era.
Yep. No, end of the Masburn era.
I don't know. There might be some celebration and jubilation. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Why aren't we talking about baits?
Yeah.
No.
Gotcha. Well, anyway, glad you're here with us and in this final segment, and we'll be having some fun after the show too. And
yeah, well, hadn't seen you in a long time. Wanted to come see you.
Good to see you too, man. And how can folks find your YouTube channel?
Go to YouTube. It's Wallace Knife Works in Homestead.
Wallace Knife Works in Homestead. And, dude, I gotta say, I've been looking at some of the stuff you put out, and I remember when you first started making a few, and I have some of your handiwork, which are amazing knives. But I mean, you just become like this amazing skilled. What is the technical term for a knife worker?
Bladesmith.
Bladesmith. That's
Yeah.
what it is. Bladesmith.
And I'm not
Blade Runner.
I ain't one yet, but I'm working on it.
I don't know, Rick, man, because the stuff looks really good.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, it's just a hobby, and the channel just goes through my knife making hobby and gardening, and I'm finally healthy enough again this year to get back to fishing and all that. So
Yes, and matter of fact, when I shake off the shackles here, I'm not shackles. I've enjoyed this, but I got a morning I can go whenever you give me a call. If we found some beds, all right, Ricky, let's go. Let's go get us some fish.
yeah, well, you holler and I'll come running.
Let's do it. Well, we have just a few minutes left in the show. I want to share some of that time with our buddy Pete, who is up next. Hey, Pete, good morning, sir.
Everybody to look at and see.
Well, that's why you're on radio. You got a
I
radio.
got a face for radio.
Yep, just like me.
I look like Bigfoot. Smell like him too occasionally.
Yep. Now we're finished with the radio show. Now I didn't realize while that was playing, y'all couldn't hear the conversation going on. You could just hear me and him talking. But one of the callers got a little, not improper, because they're not allowed to get improper. But I just in case y'all heard that, I figured I'd turn it off for a few minutes.
Yeah, he was walking the line.
But anyway, I didn't even introduce y'all. This is
No.
my buddy Mike Masburn.
How you doing?
Me and Mike's been friends for what, 10 years?
10,
11
12 years.
12?
Well, I've been here for 12 years, and it's been at least that long.
Yeah, well, I met you when you came here.
Right when I first came.
Yeah, so about 12 years. Now, me and this guy have been on some fishing expeditions that that are separate stories, and
Yeah, they are.
now that he's going to leave here, he may have a little bit of time. We're going to write us a book.
Best-selling authors all of a sudden.
Yeah, we're going to write us a book on some of our fishing excursions, because we used to go. There was a time we went at least 3 times a week.
It seemed like it. Yeah, we were able to get out there quite a bit.
Yeah, and then we had to grow up a little bit. My health started going down. Mike started working 265 hours a week, and
It seemed like it anyway.
with the family and all, he didn't have time to go, and I didn't feel like going, but I'm getting back into feeling good enough to go.
Me too.
Him too. And he's leaving here. Tell him where you're going, Mike, because I know where you're going, but you can say it better than I can.
Yeah, I actually recently took the job as a senior pastor at a church in Pensacola, Gonzales Baptist Church, actually, out by the paper mill that exploded just about a month or so ago. And then down the road from Ascend, who had an explosion back a little bit before that. So explosion in different places. They're going to put me in the big middle of it. I don't know what that says about that community or about me, but that's what they wanted. But I'm looking forward to it, Ricky. I really am, because I pastored since back in 1986, and then had a rough time. Actually, my first wife left after 15 years of marriage. We ended up divorcing, and I thought I would never do this again. Had some rough years. Had a couple of some real rough patch, but was able to get some things squared away and straight. Now I have an opportunity, kind of redemption in a way, to get back out and do something that I like to do, and that's be with people, just to talk about the Bible, to preach, but also to help people along the way. And that's my big thing, is I want to help folks. So I'm able to do it again.
Yeah, well, you're the man for the job.
Yeah, I hope
Now,
so.
some of my YouTube friends, over the last, I've been YouTubing over a year now, have questioned whether I'm a spiritual person or not. Now, this is my go-to guy if I need spiritual help or to talk about anything. I can lay anything on him, and he's usually got the answers. I'm very good friends with another pastor that's on the radio here. Pastor across the road over here is a good friend of mine. I also know my friends over in Defuniac Springs. They're very godly people, and if I need calming down, put it that way, I have plenty of people to talk to. So, but
That's for sure.
This is the number one guy right here if I need somebody.
Well, I'm honored by that. And Rick and I, we've had a lot of talks out on the water a lot of times. And
We identify all the problems, the first part of the fishing trip.
That's
The
it.
second part, we solve them. And the third part, we wish we were in charge so we could solve them.
And listen, I have heard this man pray, because there's one time we was coming up the river and a storm rolled up out of nowhere, and lightning was popping literally all around us, and we were on the water, and that little boat was going about as fast as it could, and I never heard him call on the name of the Lord so much in my whole life. It was sincere too, let me tell you.
Yep, that was a interesting trip. Well,
It
we
was
finally,
interesting.
we got back to the boat ramp and got out, got in. Was in your car that day, I think, wasn't
Yeah, I
it?
think we're in the truck, yeah.
And we was sitting there, and everything quit. The weather quit, calmed down, and instead of being smart and hooking the boat up and going home, we said, well, let's go back.
You can't leave them biting.
So we've got hundreds of stories like that about different
A lot of
things.
stories. We spent a lot of good time on the river and talking about everything in the news and politics and religion and you name it. We've talked about it. I guess that's part of what made us good buddies, because we're able to talk about those things. And you know, you and I both have been involved in local politics, or at least letting our opinion be known, for a lot of years, and that's how I got into radio. Honestly, was because of this, into local politics.
Yeah. Well, now I call it the end of an era because we don't know. There is another guy coming in, not a replacement, because this guy can't be replaced.
That's nice.
But the station has been went through a few things here lately. The morning host that came in at 6 until Mike come in at 8, Mr. Dave Daughtry, legendary broadcaster. He died last year.
Yeah, it's been just over a year and a half now.
He passed away. So Mike took his job from 6 all the way, the first morning show till 9.
Mm-hmm.
And we've heard there's somebody else coming in, but we don't know who he is. We don't know what kind of show we're going to have. And this show has always been mainly for local topics, for people to call in and talk about local issues, which a lot of time it drifts into the national politics, of course. But and we're really, if we don't have that kind of show, we're really going to miss that. There is an afternoon call-in show here at this station, but over the years it has turned to all
kind of national
politics.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to talk about local issues. But as far as I know, this station here is it for anything local, and I hate to see it leave. If it does, Mr. Bates, if it does. But who else we used to have Neil Bortz on here. And
Yeah, Neil Bortz was
he was great, and he retired. Then Herman Cain. Cain, a lot of y'all have probably know who he is. He's not in syndication anymore. So we got who now? Hugh Hewitt.
Mm-hmm.
Hewitt does. He's an okay show, but it's all national all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. People watch my channel know I have this stupid cough.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm inside.
That's gonna make great YouTube TV. I do that occasionally too. They say it's a lisinopril cough.
Yeah.
Blood pressure medicine.
Yeah, I don't take that anymore. They took me off of that.
Man, you're blessed indeed. So you're getting
Yeah.
better every day. Yeah, we did start when I started here, Ricky. Of course, the 8 to 9, the call in, it was really almost all local, and I still will have the county commissioners in up until my last show coming up on the 28th of February, and depending on when this is viewed, it'll be 2017, we should say. But you know, still very important, because I've always said all along that our voice is loudest politically the closer to home we are. You know, they hear just a faint whisper in Washington, D.C., but if you show up at your city council meetings, your county commission meetings, you know, I don't care what meeting it is, if you're in there and you're sitting down and you can speak directly to them, you've got a loud political voice. And that's why I've always tried to bring as many as we can and get listeners to call in and give their opinion on the air, because these guys and gals in the political circles do listen to this station and do pay attention to what's being said. I've had it come back to me by the commissioners many times, and I've heard them, they've stated in the press something they've heard somebody say here on the station, maybe as an argument they've liked or not liked, but they've repeated it back almost word for word. So, you know, the value of live local talk radio just cannot be understated, and that's why I loved doing this from the very beginning.
Yeah, well, the county commissioners, is what I can remember over the last few years, there's only been one of our commissioners that would, on a regular basis, either call in or come in here and talk.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to call any names.
Mm-hmm.
I don't make none of them guys mad at me, but there's a couple of county commissioners that, once they were elected, you never heard another word from them.
Mm-hmm.
They won't come on the radio here. There's a station in Pensacola that dabbles in a little bit of local.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you call them and beg them, it's a cumulus, big operation. This is local owned, mom and pop type station here.
But yet the strongest AM station on the Gulf Coast, so go figure. It's still local, but
25,000 watts of power.
Pick us up in Mobile and Biloxi, Mississippi, and Evergreen, Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
All around.
Yeah, all over. But,
Yellow River.
Yeah, on the river. we take Mike's radio when we go fishing, and we listen to the different shows during the day and laugh at everybody else.
You know, in all of our antics and all the problems we've had on the boat, we never lost a radio overboard.
Yeah.
Which is actually very surprising.
Yeah.
Especially when needlefish go to flying on the boat, which is not cool, by the way. That's another one of those stories.
I did not throw that needlefish at him.
Yeah, he did. Turn around.
I sort of almost didn't mean to, but I sort of did too.
Yeah, you did. Anyway, that's a lot of fun. That's a whole nother story for another show.
Funny. I told you we're going to have to write a book.
We've got the stories.
Well,
we've seen the green fires of Bigfoot out there in Yellow River, too.
Yep. We've heard Bigfoots.
Heard them banging.
Bigfoots are real, I'm telling you.
They're real.
No, they're down
That's
there.
from radio show hosts, too, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Can't explain some of that stuff out there on Yellow River. Anyway, we got off from politics on that. That's what's great about YouTube channel, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, just say whatever you want. And I don't edit. Very seldom edit anything, so whatever we say.
Oh, that's even better.
Whatever we say goes.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. It's a disclaimer.
But yeah, that was the point today, to stop by and visit. We hadn't got to see each other in a good while. Like I said, he works so much, and after work he's got family to take care of. And
yeah, most days, because they start here at 4 a.m. The show kicks off at 6, but I've got to get the news and the sports and the weather, get everything ready to go for the show to launch at 6. So from about 4 a.m. to 9, I've been here. 9:30, go over where I serve as chaplain at a hospital and work till about 3:30, 4 in the afternoon, and sometimes later. Just depends, because I've always 24/7 on call with them. And then we added the church. It was just too much. That's one of the reasons why something kind of had to shift. And radio was it. I'm going to really miss doing WEBY and being on the air, and the callers especially, but something's got to give, because I've got to get on the river again with this guy.
Yeah, and too, I dressed up this morning for y'all. So I dressed up for y'all. Mike dresses like this every day. That's the way he goes to work. So he didn't dress up for us.
Just pajamas. Not sleep in a tie anymore. It's crazy.
Yep. Well, I guess that's going to about do it. We just wanted to sit down and talk a little bit. I wanted y'all to meet one of my friends. I introduced him to A-Dog out there, so maybe that won't mess the video up.
I hope not. But, that's good. Well, Ricky, thank you for coming in, man. I love you. You are literally just like my big brother, probably even better than my big brother, and look forward to getting out on the river. Thanks for letting me be part of your YouTube, and I hope it's enjoyable. We've got a lot of stories. Maybe in the future we'll get together again and share some. Maybe we'll take them on a boat one day with us as we try to catch some fish and share some of those
I've
stories.
got some fishing videos on there. Have you seen those?
I'm going to have to go check it out.
Yeah, go check it out.
I will.
My buddy Master Sergeant, the retired Air Force guy.
Oh,
He's
okay.
another good buddy. We all three need to get together. You like this guy.
Now that sounds like fun.
You
Well,
like this guy.
thank you for having me. Thank you
bet,
for
buddy.
watching and the YouTube channel, and thanks for letting us be part of WBY Radio.
All right, and we sign off like this. We'll see y'all later.